Okay, so the YouTube algorithm has changed again, and this time it's different. Right? I mean, I know we always say that, but seriously, what worked for you last year, right? The things that you were told to focus on, watch time, consistency, posting schedules, all that basic stuff, is still needed. But a lot of that advice out there is now outdated. And if you keep following it, it's not only going to slow your growth, but it's probably going to almost kill your channel. In this video, I'm going to take you through the 3 biggest shifts that are happening right now in 2026, right? I'm not talking about theories or rumors. I'm going to show you what YouTube has confirmed and what the data is showing from the biggest channels on the platform. And then the third change of this, right? The third one is kind of like hidden momentum multiplier type stuff, okay? Almost nobody's talking about it, but it is the single biggest opportunity for small channels to get that unfair advantage right now. And we're gonna get into that. If you don't know me, my name is Trey Scott, and I've built a multiple 6-figure business off the back of a small YouTube channel, just by understanding how to turn content into a predictable growth engine, okay? But let's get into how YouTube works. Really quick, also, if you want to get ahead of these changes and get my personal notes on what's working every single week, you should be subscribed to the FAIRWAY report. And this is my free newsletter where I share this stuff before I make videos about it. And that link is in the description below. Okay, so the big change, number 1, okay? Now, for years, we've been told the same thing, right? Watch time is king. Get people to watch longer. The algorithm will reward you. And it is kind of true still, right? But that's no longer the most important metric, okay? There is a new king in town, and it's called the satisfaction score. And this isn't like a single metric that you can see in your analytics as well, like per se. This is a collection of signals that tells YouTube not just if people are watching your video, but if they are happy that they watched it. Okay, now think about this. Now, you probably have clicked on a video with a great title and you actually watched it for like 10 minutes. And then you realize, like, hold on, this is not very good. Like, it sucks. But they got 10 minutes out of you. Okay, so you gave them the watch time, but you weren't satisfied. Okay, so you probably are not going to click on that creator's next video. YouTube now knows this and they peak game, okay? So they're tracking 4 things to measure satisfaction. Number 1 is session continuation, okay? So after your video ends, does the viewer close the app or do they watch another video? Because we got to know, YouTube is a business. They don't need you leading their customers off the platform, right? Like, and that video was so terrible, I'm gone. Sometimes that's not your fault, right? All they had time for, all I had time for was to watch one video and then I got to get back to work. I'm sure they're taking that into account. But if multiple people do the same thing off of your video, I'm sure it's pretty clear to them, like, yo, this is a bad satisfaction signal as well. But if they stay and watch more videos, that's a good signal. Number 2, repeat viewers. Does the same person come back to watch more of your content later in the week? This is a huge indicator of a satisfied subscriber, right? Like, yo, they came back and they came back specifically for your channel and clicked on it. That's a good one. Number 3, sharing. Now, is your video being shared? Text, social media, embedded on a newsletter? A share is like the ultimate sign of satisfaction for multiple platforms, right? But also YouTube as well now. And so, you know, that's a viewer staking their own reputation on your content. Like, yo, I vouch for this. It's good. I'm sharing it with you. YouTube sees that as a great thing. And then number 4, survey responses. So you probably have seen those little surveys that pop up under a video that you've watched already, right? Asking, was this video valuable? You've probably seen it. YouTube is taking those very, very seriously now, okay? But what does that mean for you? It means you have to stop optimizing just for watch time alone. You also have to optimize for happiness, right? So, cut the fluff. If you have a lot of fluff at the beginning of your videos, all kind of intros and welcome back to my channel, I'm all of that, you got to get to the point a whole lot faster. Okay? Pack your videos with so much value that people feel almost compelled to like not only share them, but like I love when you see things like I almost never comment, but I had to say something. Like those are great. That's what you love. But a 10-minute video that someone knows and loves is now going to perform better than a 30-minute video that they just kind of got through. And that's a huge win for small creators, right? Because you can't always compete on production value, but you can compete on value and viewer satisfaction. All right. So the second major shift, how your browse feed works. Now, browse feed is the home page, if you're not familiar. That's the home page of YouTube, and it's the #1 source of traffic for most channels. And for years, like browse was about recommending videos on broad topics that it thought you liked. So if you watched a lot of cooking videos, it's going to show you more cooking videos, which, listen, that's a good level of like, yo, that's going to help me. I like cooking. It's bringing me cooking videos, but now it's going a level deeper. All right. That's not how it works anymore. The algorithm has now started creating what they call micro niche clusters. So instead of just knowing that you like cooking, it now knows you like 30-minute vegan weeknight meal prep. Instead of knowing you like gaming, it now knows you like no commentary playthroughs of retro RPGs. So it's super specific, right? So it's building these hyper specific clusters based on those deep patterns in your watch history, and it's good. I know it's good because every time you click on YouTube, you're like, I do want to watch that. I want to watch that too. They know what they're doing, okay? So, I mean, it's like Netflix, right? Going from recommending just an action movie to recommending action movies with a strong female lead that's set in the 80s. Now, what does this mean for the creator side? Being a generalist is now kind of a death sentence on YouTube for you a little bit, okay? Like it wasn't the best thing to be a generalist, but for sure now as a small creator, it's not good. If you make a video about tech reviews, then a vlog that's not necessarily close to the tech reviews, and then a cooking video that also has nothing to do with the tech reviews, the algorithm has no idea which cluster to put you in. So it puts you in none. Like, why would I put you in this cluster when I have other creators that I know are going to satisfy my audience, AKA my customers, right? Because if you remember, on any free platform, if the platform is free, you're the customer. Their viewers are the customers. They want them to have a good time. But let's switch it around. What if you made 10 videos in a row about a Fuji X-T5 color grading for travel videos? The algorithm knows exactly who you are and can serve your videos to the small but passionate cluster of people, and small is relative, but they're obsessed with that specific topic. Trust me, they're going to get it in front of them. And that's the biggest opportunity for niche creators that we've ever seen on the platform. And it's coming up right here, y'all. Now, you don't need to appeal to everyone. You just need to be the go-to person for that specific micro niche. And then you just double down on what makes you different, okay? More titles, thumbnails, all of that. Your algorithm is going to find the people, and then you grow from there, okay? Now, we talked about satisfaction. We talked about micro niches. But the third change, now this is the one that ties it all together, okay? Now this is the one that explains why some channels just seem like they just blow up crazy out of nowhere. And I call this the Momentum Multiplier, okay? And here's how it works. Now, when you upload a video, YouTube tests that video with a small group of your most engaged subscribers, okay? So if that video performs well with them, high CTR or click-through rate, high satisfaction, then it gets pushed out to a wider audience. We all know that part. That's nothing new. The new part is If the video performs above average for your channel, then the algorithm is going to give your next upload a priority test, okay? So essentially it's saying, hey, this creator is onto something. Let's show the next video to a broader audience instantly and see if that sticks. Yeah, that's a momentum-based system, okay? So a successful video is going to give you a boost on the next video. So you want to think of it like getting a hot hand in basketball, right? Like when you make that shot, you're more likely to be confident about the next shot you take. And most of the time, you see that, right? And if you really watch or play, then you know you're supposed to keep giving that person the ball to shoot until they miss, because you can get hot and close the game out. You know what I mean? 3, 4 in a row. But off of that, back on this, the algorithm is basically giving you a confidence boost, but it does work in reverse as well. Now, if you post a video that flops, low CTR, low satisfaction, it can kill the momentum, okay? And then your next video might get tested with a smaller, less engaged audience. And so this changes everything about how you should change, or how you should think about your posting strategy. If you have a video that clearly is performing well above average, don't wait. You need to follow that video up pretty quickly, like within a week or so, with another video on a similar topic to capitalize on the momentum multiplier, okay? Like you're telling the algorithm, yes, this is one of my micro niches and I have content that can satisfy this audience. On the opposite side, if the video is a dud, don't just rush and push out the next scheduled video. You want to take a day, analyze that video, see why it failed, topic, thumbnail, hook, fix those mistakes, and then come back with a stronger video to reset the momentum. And that's how you work with the algorithm and not against it. So, you want to listen to the data and ride the waves of momentum when they come, and then you build that success, okay? So just to recap, number 1, satisfaction is the new king. You make people happy, not just make them watch. Number 2, you want to find your micro niche and then own that for a while. Specificity is the superpower right now. And then number 3, you want to ride the momentum. A great video gives that next video the unfair advantage, and you for sure want to use that. So the YouTube game in 2026 is not about being like the biggest per se. It's about being the most specific and the most satisfying and the most strategic. So if you want to go deeper on this stuff and get access to playbooks and strategies that are working right now, that's what we do all day inside of the Creators Country Club. It's my private community where we be breaking down all of this stuff in the weekly calls and helping each other stay ahead of the curve as new and small YouTubers. So if you're serious about turning your channel into a business, that's the place to be. And you can learn more about that in the description below. That's it for this one. And go ahead and build that creator business.